everybody. Hope you can hear me. I'm out again doing a bit of training for the big walk in June, and this morning I'm on the Transpennine Trail, just heading south from Southall towards Kilmarsh, following the Sheffield Country Way. Now, I've walked this route before, having videoed it, so I want to keep this bit short. This particular area is quite busy, lots of bikers, people walking dogs, and I don't want to look like a complete idiot talking to myself, so stay tuned. It's a lovely morning, so I don't know whether you can hear that, whether this little camera's picking up the bird song, but spring has definitely sprung. Okay, bet you back shortly. Okay, we're at the station at Kilmarsh, or the old station anyway, and we're going to now head down towards the river for a bit of peace and quiet. Catch you in a bit. Okay, probably about 2 miles in now. I just wanted to demonstrate the contrast that we have in this country. As you can see behind me, we've got that factory. But as I pan the camera around and I turn myself around, you'll see, looking the other way, we've got the riverside. And from now on, until we get further on up Moss Valley, you'll not see much more by way of modern industry. If I can be bothered to take some pictures up there, we might see some old history with the mills up Moss Valley, but yeah, the sun. But from now on, it's pretty much countryside that we'll be walking through. So if anybody's interested, this river here is the River Rother, which has its origins in Chesterfield and winds its way through the valley from Staveley to Renishaw and Eckington, and then down here through Kilmarsh, and then obviously down to where I live, which is Southall and Bayton. But, as we leave the factory behind us, it's getting quite nice and tranquil now. You've got the birds twittering away. You're not hearing much from the river because it's quite a peaceful stretch. It's quite slight, the water here, but it looks slight, but it isn't. There's plenty of flow in there, and it's quite deep. But so the plan for this morning is to do as much of the Sheffield Country Way as my tired old body will allow. The end target is Fox House, but We'll take a view when we get to Dronfield, which is probably about 10 miles, and then we'll take another view across sides at Topley, which is, I think it's about 14.5 miles. That will be the big decision, because then once I've left Topley, there's nowhere to get a pickup easily until we get a Fox House. So unless we go back to Topley, of course, because we'll be going up the hill behind the ranges and over the top of the moor. Okay, that's enough of me babbling. I'm going to shut the camera down and just enjoy the walk. So we'll catch you later. Always shut gates behind you, people. Right. More monologue. So we come to the bit of the walk where we start to say goodbye to the river, and we start to follow. God, is it Moss Dyke or whatever it is? Anyway, it's Moss Valley, Moss Brook. That's it, Moss Brook. Had a senior moment then. Any of you tall people coming under here, just watch your heads, because there's not a lot of headroom. I mean, I'm about average. 5'9", look at that there. Once one of the most polluted rivers in Western Europe. Is now a haven for wildlife. And would you look at that? That to me screams hammock camping, but it's just too near habitation, and it's bare arse. So anybody walking through here is going to spot you a mile away. I can't see any signs saying it's private, but all land is owned by somebody. But yeah, just look at the spacing of those trees. It's like somebody had hammock camping in mind when they planted them. Oh well, maybe one for the winter when it's a bit darker of night. Anyway, so folks, I'll be back shortly. So this is Moss Brook. Comes in under that culvert and on the bend of the river, and this is where we say bye bye to the river. And then to habitation once more. So we're now approaching Eckington. It's going to bring us out just above Eckington Crossroads. Take the road up to the church and then pop back onto down the church and pick up Moss Brook again. So I'll fetch you back in a bit. Right then, just got past Eckington Church. You can hear the bells pealing there, and then this next section of the walk is basically following the Moss Brook up Moss Valley. So we've just joined the path. We don't take that one just there. We're going to go around the end of this field. But yeah, the garlic's up. You can smell it already. I won't pick any from this path, mind. It's covered in dog pee. There we go. So on we go. 3 miles in about 55 minutes according to the map, and I'm aiming for about 3 miles an hour. That's the kind of pace I want to be achieving. I don't want to be going any faster than that really, because this is a well, yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and obviously what I'm aiming for is to be able to walk this kind of distance every day. Obviously at the minute work's getting in the way of that, and I can only really get out and do 1 walk a week at the minute during the weekends, and maybe get a short one in at the midweek with the lads. But I'll settle for this. It's a cracking morning. I think the base layer long sleeve top's going to have to come off in a bit, because it is getting quite warm now. Okay, enough of me rattling on. As we leave Beckington behind us, I'll bring you back shortly. So here's a question for you folks. I've just seen a bird. I'm not very clued up on the bird species. This bird, about the same size of a magpie, but it's got reddy brown panels on the wings. Not sure what they're called really. Is it a jackdaw? No, I don't know. Is it a jay-wing? But I don't know. Answers on a postcard, please. And the bells have stopped. So there's loads of squirrels in this wood. I've just seen one and it disappeared before I could get the camera out. So all this woodland up to my right, which is that way, it's all private, but there are public rights of way through it. I came down one of them last week on the 9 miler that I did. But beautiful bit of woodland, and it's spoilt really by the humans that populate the local area, coming in here and pulling trees down and leaving the rubbish everywhere. Here we are. I think this is where I came down. Yeah, this is where I came down last week. Which reminds me, it's over a year now since I had my ankle done, and not quite a year since I actually did a similar walk to this on a Sunday morning and put it on YouTube. This is the same route, it's just I'm planning on going a little bit further. Yeah. So that woodland up there is Ladybank. It's quite a steep hill, and that path forms part of the Mosbury Round Walk that we'll be doing for charity. I think the weekend before we actually go away for the big walk. So why are we doing the big walk? Well, we're going to raise some money. Going to raise some much needed money for Bluebell Wood Children's Hospice, which is one of the pubs, my local, well, not my local pub, but the one I choose to drink in. It's one of the charities that they support. Leslie, the landlady, the partner of Carlos, who's the landlord, who's doing the walk with us, by the way, she actually volunteers at Bluebell Wood, so she's got a vested interest in it. And So we've decided that we're going to do Wainwright's Pennine Journey. Can you see that? Squirrel! Caught one. On camera anyway. So yeah, I come across this tree last week. Must have come down in the storms. Still a bit of work to do to clear the path. Yeah, need to be careful because the sun's right over my shoulders, so I'm having to film you from the side so I don't get sort of obliterate myself in silhouette. This is a lovely walk up through Moss Valley. If anybody's got a couple of hours to kill in the summertime, park up at the church back at Eckington. You can just walk up here to the bridge in at Ford. It's about 2 miles, and it's there's men. See if we can catch him on camera. He's gone. Gone. Where is he? Somebody's out. I don't know whether you can get him on this picture. Always pays to keep your eyes open. That's one of the benefits of walking at a slightly slower pace, is you actually get to enjoy what you're walking through. Anyway, folks, I'll bring you back shortly. Good morning. Beautiful this morning, isn't it?
Gorgeous, yeah.
Remember when I talked about history? Oh, that's it right there. An old mill pond. Right, bridging up forward. 9:51. It's 5 miles. I'm going to get to 6 miles and then stop. Have a bit of a refreshment break. The pub's not open anyway. I'll bring you back soon. Right folks, don't know whether you saw that. Looked like some kind of black pheasant. Like I say, I'm not in tune with the old bird species, but anyway, we're just heading up Gear Lane now. Just getting the shade. Yeah, we're heading up Gear Lane towards the fisheries. Problem with doing the walk in this direction on this route is the trend is up all the way, particularly when we get to Totley, so it's going to be good training. So this is a nice little scenic bit of the walk anyway, up this lane, because what we've got, don't know whether you can hear it, is waterfall. Scoot me around. If anybody's interested, that is a fishery. Never fished it myself, but it does look quite nice, very picturesque. So before I start breathing out my arsehole, let's cut this clip short and we'll bring you back at the top of the hill. So we're going to head up over there. That takes us into the valley bottom down in that direction. Oh, look at that big bad boy. Look at him there. He go well. We've got a rat pack punch. But yeah, so we're going to follow that fence line up. I don't know whether you can pick it out. Basically all the way up to the top there. It is a bit of a climb. I'll bring you back shortly. I've got a sneaky feeling that I've not been recording much, but here we are at Trolley. About 6 miles in, based on time and distance, and we're going to head off down here. Right, just come through that stile there, and you can see the whole of the Moss Valley is laid out in front of us now. The farm where we just come from is there. You've got, let's have a look, that high lane up there, and Ridgeway just coming off the crest of the ridge. Pan it round, you've got Batemore behind the tree, the flats at Herdings, the water tower at Norton, and then the new sports centre with the big white roof. I think that's what it is, over at Jordanthorpe. Right, I'm going to have to stop in a bit because I'm starting to get a little bit warm, and I could do with some refreshment. Bring you back soon. Alright, we've made our way across the farmland, and we're now going to drop back down into Moss Valley. And see, Sheffield Country Walk. Looks like the guys have been doing some work in here. Approximate distance at this stage, probably around 7 miles, 20 to 11. Now, the last time I came down here it was quite boggy, and that's because of the horses, so it's been quite dry of late, so I'm hoping that's going to be a lot easier. But we'll see. It's a lot drier. Okay, catch you back in a bit. See what I mean about it being really heavily tuned with the hoof prints. Yeah, I can imagine if that was wet through, and that's what it was like the last time I came down this way. So, set you back in a bit. Right then. So we've dropped down once again to the water. This is the top end of Moss Brook. The walk down through there wasn't too bad actually. It wasn't half as bad as I thought it might be. So basically now we just follow this up, pick up the edge of the field, and then walk up the side of the field. Next stop, Colaston, and after that we'll be at the top of Dronfield, which will be the first real checkpoint to see whether we carry on or whether we jack. At this stage we're carrying on. So there we are. In fact, I might just carry on this side. much nicer walking through the trees than it is walking up through a crop field. This place is full of squirrels and birds. Starting to feel the temperature from the sun now. The temperature's picking up. That's another reason for me wanting to stay in the trees. Just take the edge of the sunlight. Just like every Englishman that comes out into the outdoors. I forgot to cream up. So SPF 0. Right. Catch you later. Right. We're at Colaston. So we've just got to cross the main road and then pick up the farm track that leads us over to Bowshaw's farm. Takes us through a pub car park. Oh dear. Right then. Just left Colaston and you can now see the edge of the Peak District on the horizon over there. Basically we're going to follow this path and this edge road. I don't know whether you can see it. Come out at the pub just by the left hand side of the roundabout there, and then we're going to drop down and head over to that cow farm, that dairy up there, and then just basically keep going. A glorious morning. Okay, I'll bring it back in a bit. Right, it's 10 miles in, and just gone past Bowshaw's Carvery, and we're on our way up to Bowshaw's farm, which is a dairy farm, and as you can see, there's the herd. So, how am I doing? Legs starting to get a bit sore, feet are starting to get a bit sore, but given the fact that I've not really been walking these kinds of distances for a while, I think the last long one I did was the 20 miler that we did just before Christmas. I could be mistaken, but not bad. I'm going to go a few more miles, probably till I get past Mickley Lane, and might have 10 minutes off. The walk over to the top is not that bad. Mostly it's walking through fields and woodland. In fact, this next bit's probably, well, not this bit particular, but when we're at the back of Dronfield Woodhouse, it's a bit naughty because the paths are really tight and they're a bit overgrown. Anyway, it's 11:25. I'm well in front time wise, so we'll see what we can see. more coos. Alright, bring you back later. Right, so we're just at above the Dronfield to Totley Tunnel, head wall that is, that's the railway line in there, and we're going to go up there. Anybody coming down here, just keep an eye out for the fences, because when they're having a good state of repair, they are electrified, because they normally have horses in this field. Right, I'll bring you back in a bit. So this is just a little bit naughty, this. As you can see, that's electric, or so it would appear, and there's not much room to get round there on the end of that post with that olive bush, so I've just had to get on all fours just to get under that. Not nice at all. So be warned folks, if you're going to come up this way, the alternate route is probably to follow the track down there, come out by the Talbot Arms and then just fire up the road, pick this path up again. This is the bullet right away. There's markers, there's stiles at the end of the field, so there's no doubt that this, you know, is a route for walkers and such. But when you're walking through these fields, just be careful. Just give the horses a wide berth. A big horse like that, if you start late, it could really ruin your day. If you get a kick or a bite. Anyway, you know, the rant. Off we go. Right. Just come up there. That bit is probably the least enjoyable part of this walk, because you've got little narrow alleyways to get to the route, the houses, and you've got these little bits here that in the summertime get really overgrown with nettles and stuff. But you can see it's lambing season, they've not long been out. So we're just coming up to the highest point of the route for a while, and that is there's just a trig point at the top of there, and then it's a bit up and downy across the fields and through the woods until we get to Totley, and then once we're at Totley, a nice descent. Hello you. Yeah, we've got a nice descent followed by a monstrous climb, and I don't know what the elevation, but see right across Sheffield now. Obviously water tower at Norton, all the way around. So we're at this, I think that is how Scotland, some calories inside, the protein, a bit jerky. And can't think of many things I'd rather be doing than a Sunday at the top this. So I'll leave you with that thought. Right, so basically going down this path Going to follow the valley around a little, and we're going to cut back, head over to where those houses are, where they start on the left hand side, and then drop down behind the houses, that ridge line, that near ridge line where the houses are, and then pop back up and come out right up there. I don't know whether you can see it, there's a bit of a scar, like a sandy coloured scar. That's where we're going. Deep joy. God, it's getting warm. I need to drink more. Okay, catch you in a bit. Right, just come down these steps, well, across the field and then down these steps here. I'm coming down here. So this is one of the tributaries flowing to Tockley Brook. Just listen. Right, folks. Oh. I think this is the entrance. Oh no, this is the entrance to Dronfield Wood. So probably about a mile away from Tockley. I just need to have half an hour now, because I've not really had a proper rest this morning. It's 12:29. So I've been walking for 4 hours. With only really a 5-minute break and the odd stop here and there for a sip on the water and just to have a nosy at something. So I'm going to have 20 minutes or so, get some food inside me, get some more fluid, sit in the shade for a bit because the sun is, I think I'm starting to feel it now. I've got that feeling in my head. I think I need to put my hat on. So I'll fetch you back shortly. So lunch today consists of a bag of beef jerky, chocolate bar and a cereal bar with cranberries. Time to get stuck in. I'll catch you in a minute. Okay folks, that's lunch out of the way. I thought I better do lunch before I get to the cross side, because chances are if I stop and have lunch at the pub, I'm going to have a pint. You know how these things like happen, you know, one pint leads to 2 and 2 leads to 4, and before, you know, I know it, I've been there all afternoon and I'm solid. And that's not really the point of the exercise. So exercise is the point of the exercise. Anyway, I'm just making my way down past I'm not sure what they call this place, some kind of wall. Very nice looking place. But probably a mile to the cross side. Probably less. As is always the case, once you've walked any kind of distance, you stop, get back on your feet, a little bit of a chore. The legs proceed a little, become a little stiff, and the feet start complaining when you start to use them again. Funny. the objective, and the objective in this case being the top of the hill as you climb out of Totley up the range road. Then it's about 1.5 miles from there to Fox House. So, destination at this stage is well within my capability. So off we go. Nice bit of downhill for a bit. So we'll catch you in a bit. Right. This is one of the tributaries to the Sheaf, I think. Cracking little piece of woodland, this. And again, too heavily trafficked to a skis and a stealth camp. Very popular with the local kids, dog walkers and the like. Right, I'll bring you back in a bit. Right, so leaving Totley, heading down into the little dip here. Hang on, some folks. Afternoon.
Yeah. Once the cobble's a bit slippy down there.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Right. That being these cobbles. Or stone sets to give them the proper name, title. Yeah, this is a little lane that be this bit actually to work through. Yeah, this little lane just takes you down into the water course. I think this is Totley Brook down here. Let me have a shot. Obviously to stop erosion and whatnot, they've paved it with stone sets, obviously reclaimed from excavating old roads. And the downside is that when they're damp, it's like walking on glass, because they are very highly polished. Sad thing is, this is the last downhill bit for a significant piece of time, practically till the point where we get over the top and we can actually see Fox House. So make the most of this handy boy. From here on in it's all uphill and it gets worse as we go. From here, catch you in a bit. Right, anybody says ever that I haven't got any stamina or willpower, I'll have you know that I just walk past that pub. I've had to walk through probably 50 people, all enjoying a drink in the English sunshine. It must be loaded though, because that's one of the priciest pints of beer I'd ever bought when I was in there once. This time last year actually, when I walked this route in reverse. But we can't stop. 3 miles an hour is going to suffer enough with this hill without me stopping for refreshments other than water. Save that for the end. I've got a cold one in the fridge for when I get home. Right, I've got some puffing and panting to do. Catch you later. Right folks, this bit of the walk is probably more characteristic of what we're going to be covering in the Dales. Hills. Big hills. Although a lot of the route does take in valleys. A lot of it is walking round the down by the river. Some of it, but it has to be said that we're going to be and as you can tell, soon to be 50-year-old, 50, not 50, is making a good meal out of it. Anyway. Turned out to be a young couple, and I think it's good they saw me when they did, because I think they were trying to start something. Oh dear, could have been messy. Oh well. Had a drink. I'm going up the Range Road now. Next to see if I can beat John to the car park. Catch you a bit. Right. That is the highest point of the walk. Quite recently now, is a always going on the map. Trying to it's blowing up here. So that's a time and a half. I have to stop far too many times to be comfortable. I think we need to do a lot more of those hill climbs between now and June. Yeah, fit for that. Because that did hurt. But probably about 5.5 pops out from here, I would have thought. So Right. Final leg now. As you can tell, it's quite windy up here. And there's loads of cars out today. But what I wanted to do was just capture this. Where are you? Down there, Fox House. And it's rammed. Absolutely rammed. Hope John can get a space.